Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the Risoux Forest. Who am I to argue? Who am I to argue? I was just a lowly employee. Used to laugh at him every available opportunity I got when he complained about having mice and, yeah. Because I'm just that nice. Where is... We're still... Yeah, it's looking pretty good. We'll go up, I think... So we'll take out this tree right here. If we have that one out... There. And we look up through. So we've got a nice open piece there. And I think this is about as far as we want to get. Looking at the mini-map down there. Bottom corner. So there's the footpath is coming up right here somewhere. Is there a footpath? Yeah, there it is. Right, so we've got a footpath right here. Definitely want to get rid of that thing. You're going. Even though it's October and it looks like it's June. So, you know, we don't really need to worry about it too much. That one can go. And then we sort of head over this way a bit. And then I think we want to take out... Well, we do want to take out this one. I don't know if we want to take out any more. Now, this is where I think we take this one, and then there's one to our right. Those down there we don't want to touch, but I think this one we do. And I think that's about it. Right, let's go to construction phase a minute, and we will zoom out a little bit. So, we've got the road here, which, the footpath, that's the edge, and I'm not going to cut into that one at all. I'm going to plow it up, not going to do anything like that. So, this area here is going to be another arable field, and that will end up coming out there. So, our arable field at the moment comes here, and we'll sort of curve it around on the inside there, and then run it back up through this way. We've already chopped these down here. I did suffer that one to live. May change my mind yet. I may yet change my mind. So this bit up here, I don't think we'll include that as part of the field. I think we'll bring the field along here and go along that way and then leave this, and we'll do something else with this bit up here. So this is, we're going to end up with one big field here. I was initially thinking that we wouldn't do that, but it'd be fairly easy to maintain. I mean, we can always chop... This is a big field, isn't it? We can always chop it in half. We can always split it in half and do half with like one crop and half with another crop, something like that. Because the shape of it here is also a little bit odd. I don't know yet. But we've got the outside edge of this all marked out now, and it's marked out well. So I want to take down a few more of these. I think this is probably enough tree cutting just for a bit. So if we cut down just... I should have the timescale going on 60 times speed. Because then it gets through the day a whole lot faster. And I forgot to do that. Anyway, now that I've finished coughing and kishplottering, we will go over here. So where was I choppering? I was choppering there. This one needs to go. We'll lightsaber that one off, and we will lightsaber that one off. So I've got this corner all sort of clearly marked out and cut back. We're not going to have any issues up here anymore. Another one. There we go. Right. So the corner is chopped out. We're going to need to come back and do another session. We're going to have to come back and do a few more sessions on chopping trees, but I don't want to do too many all in one go. And then once we have done that, we've got to then start cutting out a new field. And that's one task that does take a little bit of time. It's actually a job that I quite... Personally, I like it in-game. It's a job that I do actually enjoy doing, is cutting out new fields. But I know it's not for everybody. But I think we're doing alright down here now. So if we go to the farmland, we can see what we've got. We've got that bit up through there. So I think what I want to do now is... Actually, what I did want to do is I wanted to go and have a look in here. So I want to see what we've got. So furniture there, 117, 208. Haven't got a huge amount going through at the moment. The silo here is still busy working hard. I'm just going to leave that one there for a sec. And we're going to go and sleep the night. And then tomorrow we will skip up over to the factories. And we'll remove any pallets up there. We might do a little bit more decoration. We'll need to check cows as well. We need to make sure they've got enough food. But because we've now got a vehicle over there that's fully loaded, it's not going to be very difficult. So we're down to 61,000. Oh, that's because I bought the slurry thing. Right, that's okay. I got confused for a minute. It was confused noises coming from Frithgar for just one minor moment. Let's have a look here. 65,000 out of the 500,000 litres of storage that I got available. And one single solitary day, although it is a whole month, we've got 11,500 foods left. Which means that we definitely have to feed every single day. We're not going to be able to get away with not feeding every single day. This is now something that we do have to do. There's just not enough room. So that suggests that maybe this one doesn't have enough room in it to properly feed all of the animals, because it doesn't seem to be increasing in capacity with the additional animals coming in. I'm still 33,750. So does that mean that once I fill this one up, I'm going to have to fill it up 6 times a day? I'm really hoping that's not the case. Really, really hoping that's not the case. Well, we'll find out. December tomorrow, so we'll be able to add in some more animals. Maybe once we've added a certain number of animals, the things will change. If that doesn't change anything, then what I'll do, because that's a modded one and not a base game one, I will modify... I'll just alter the numbers in the mod, because I think what we've got... I think what's happened with that one... No, I want to go here. We've got to look at it through here. If we go to animals, and we've got the cows right here. So we've got the... It's actually the fenceless husbandries, isn't it? Cow barn with robot. Free-range cow barn. Large. I think that's the one that I've got. Nope, that's definitely not the one that I've got. I've got this little one. 145 cows it takes. That's why I buy 13 cows each time. Or 12. You know, I can't remember how many cows I buy each time. 12. I buy 12 cows each time. So, anyway. With that one working the way it is, possibly I need to tweak the numbers a little bit, because it just seems like we're not getting enough. It just seems like there's not enough room for the food that we'll need for all of the animals later, and that's not what we want. Right, what are we doing in here with this one now? Are you more full? You are more full. There we go. Right, he just hopped out an extra one there. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to go around each of these. Also going to cough and splutter a little bit in a second and have a drink. Because I'm really nice, I, cut out the bit of the coughing and the spluttering and the drinking. You can thank me later. Now, if we come on round here, we will gather up those, and then the final pallet should spawn. So I'm just going to go whizzing on past. Like that, and then head up round here. There's just enough room for us to swing round each side on this, which I like. Now I'm going to try going at speed. Still works nicely. I like that. I like that it does tuck it in properly, even though once the strap is on, it's still leaving the pallet as where it should be on the load, and I've also got a full weight on the load as well. So I'm actually carrying these pallets. They're not disappearing into some weird fantasy realm. And that's something that I really like with the way that this auto-load script works compared to how some of the other auto-load scripts work. This is something that I really, really do appreciate with this one. So I'm going to bring you over here, and Okay, I didn't want to put you on that side, so let's load them back up again. There we go. And then let's try putting them on that side this time, shall we? There. I feel that's going to work better, and then you're going to park there, and you're not going to do anything else. And I don't want to do anything down here today. So I've done the pallets. I've done that bit. We're going to spend a little bit of time just in construction mode, and we're going to go up here because we've still got some more work to do on this one. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to sort this out. Right, we've got this dip coming down here. I really don't like this. So I think what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to push this back from the edge and then try and build a bank on here. Build like a stone bank on it rather than trying to have it sloped. I think this is the only way that it's going to work properly. So in order to do that, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to bring this up and then I'm going to have to smooth that bit down afterwards. So we'll start off by doing that. Bring that up there and bring it up to that corner over there. So we can then shuffle that down after the fact. Actually, no, if we do that now, if I then start trying to bring this down now, I can bring that in line with the fence how I want it to end up. So I can sort of bring it down out on this side. Is that going to work? Actually, yes, I think it is. So I can bring that down there. If the bit around the fence itself is like into the fence a little bit, that's fine. I'd rather it was higher on the fence than lower on the fence. I don't want too much of the soil going underneath the final level of where that fence is going to go. Mainly because of how it's going to affect things out on this side. And it's this side that's the important part. So I can bring this back over here. There. Right, so that's up against the fence a little bit there. But that I'm alright with. We can also paint that a little bit afterwards as well. Just to kind of like smooth things out. So I'm using a small brush on this. Just getting this bit here in line with the fence. And that's going to work out just fine. There, and it's just keeping it with, yep, that's keeping it with the actual fence there. And then this bit here does dip down. And actually, I think we'd be better off if we remove those. I do love the way that popped back out of the ground just then. So we can use that to our advantage. I didn't realize it would do that. Right, so that means that we can smooth this down here without having to worry about that fence. And then we can put the fence back in again afterwards. So I want this function now. And I'm going to need to strengthen up that brush like this. And then if I go from this low point here. There. That's what I want to do. I want to bring that here, and I just want to lower it a bit going out this way. Right, so it's going to come in this side and it's going to drop down there. Okay, I think that's about what we want. There's a little bit here that I'm not entirely happy with, but I'm actually going to smooth that. The problem is it ends up making it not overly even here. And we've got that corner there. And this is the bit that's going to be a bit troublesome for us. I can smooth that down a little bit, I think, and still get away with it. So then we want to go into decoration. And we've got our fences. And we need to get that fence again, wherever it is. Excuse me. There we go. We've got that one. So I want to pop that fence in. Right, so why isn't it connecting to this fence? Ah, it is. There we go. Right, so I want to pop that fence into there. And I'm actually going to take that fence over that way. and bring it around like that. So it sort of comes out round a little bit more, which actually we gonna want to remove this. I think we'll go out there and we'll start that whole piece again, bringing it out just a little bit further from this point. That's better. And into there. That looks better, I think. That looks better. That sort of looks like a better curve. It dips in slightly there. I think that's all right. That's not going to look out of place up through there. So then we're going to want to go into landscaping and painting. And this instance, we're going to want a little bit of gravel. We definitely do. I don't like the square. It sort of goes too far out most of the time and causes problems. And it's a little bit difficult to see what we're doing with the flickering because of the speed that the time scale is going by. But I just want to put a little bit of gravel out here. You know, that doesn't look right. Having the gravel under the fence, we'd actually want the grass coming out just to the edge of the fence, because that would technically be grass going in there. So that's what we'll do. Anyway, we're not doing it right now. We're going to go to sleep again. It's going to take us through until December. So we've got big things that we're going to need to do for December. So we'll just slow that down a little tiny bit. 30 times would be fine. And we will sleep. 19,000 in property income. Excellent. So the first thing that we do in the morning is we go over to the cows. Now, because it is season change, we're now in winter, we need to go and buy our next group of cows. So we got 76,000 litres of slurry, which means that slurry spreading is something that we're going to be doing soon. So here's all of our Anguses. And I want to go to you, and I want to buy 12 of these bad boys. 12. Buy. Yep. Right. The oldest ones here are those, and they are currently 21 months. So we're getting close to a full capacity, and they should be able to breed soon. They should be able to give birth. So we've got 2,600 production. They're on 40% now. 18 months they can reproduce. So reproduction there, we're on 40% on those. These over here are on 10%. The reproduction... Did that get slightly screwed up because of the... when they starved for a while? I don't know. That didn't help us at all. That the whole, starving situation. We now want to go and put in a little bit of food for them, so we'll do that next, and just make sure that everything is tickety-boo in there. So we'll go and start that one, and dump out a little bit of grass on the floor right there. Grass or hay, we could just call this hay, and we'll shut you off, and 32,650 still. $32,750. It's because it consumed it. Yeah, 750. It's not changed, which means that we're going to end up. Or maybe it's just 1 month's worth. That's why. It's because it only has like 1 month's worth in there, and that's where the issue is arising from that, I think. Anyway, I've bought cattle, and I have fed cattle. So we've done that bit. That's the first bit for the month. And then we've also got, and this is the bit that I don't want to forget this time round, I got no grain or anything there that we can sell. The only thing that we've got at the moment we can sell is hay, and we've also got, obviously, furniture, but furniture is a June situation. Not hay, we've got silage that we want to sell. Even though it doesn't tell us that we've got silage. January is for silage, and it goes up to 573, so we want to wait 1 more month. That's fine. We can wait 1 more month. So now let's go back into the construction bit. And I was busy doing some landscaping. So I'm going to go back to my paint palette up here. And this time we're going to go with the grass here. So get rid of the square. I wish it would just default to circle, because circle is so much easier to use. I'm going to bring the grass out like this. I'll run that through there. Right, so I've got a little bit of a big jump out on that side, but I think that's going to end up all right. You just got to go a little bit slowly as you go through. There we go. Going around a corner, because of the way the game mechanics work, it sort of makes it a little bit more limited to what you can do. Now, we're going to need something that is a believable track going up to this little bit of car park that we've got, and still being able to use the car park, and also being able to get up there. Now, at the moment, we don't have that because of the slope. We would have this bit here, although I'm thinking that maybe we wouldn't put this as gravel. We would tarmac this, because this bit up here has been tarmacked. So we'll see about that. Actually, let's do that now. So we've got, I don't want walkway soil, I want tarmac. Let's put that up through there. That's fantastic. Bring you in this way. Bring that across the entrance. So there. Now we've got no wheel spinning as we go up the driveway to get into the car park. That's going to make life a little bit easier for us. And we'll give ourselves a little bit of a wider swing on this. So this bit here is... you come out like that, I think. There we go. And then that's going to be something different. Right. So that's where we're coming in to this area. So then I want to go into sculpting, and I want to soften this a bit. So I'm just going to just push that out, and then I want to soften this bit here just enough that we can feasibly get a vehicle up in there, be able to park up here. Now this is where it gets difficult, because we want to feasibly be able to have vehicles in here and use the parking spaces, but we've got to be able to get out again as well. And those two parking spaces at the moment, possibly that one, aren't much cop for anything, really, are they? There's no room for them to maneuver. You can't get in and out. And we can test this. We have just the thing. We'll take the old Kubota here. Now, if this one... that always looks so weird with the camera mod. It really does. That looks really weird. Apparently, it's a functionality in the game. According to JJ, who commented, he says functionality in the game that 2 of the mods enable, and you can do the same thing with commands. So there is actually one mod that I can remove. I don't actually need any more, because I got 2 mods now that do that. Although, why Giants haven't just put that in as a default sort of switch that we can turn on and off? Why they make you use commands to do it? So we can come up here like this, and yeah, see, I can park in here, but getting out again. If you got 2 people parked here, we haven't got a lot of room for turning around, and I'm only in a small vehicle. Right, if we had a motorbike, we'd be fine. Anything bigger than a motorbike, and it's going to start causing problems. And we've got to remember that these people that can be living here, they're not farmers. They're not used to dealing with, you know, they're not going to have tractors and tight turning circles and stuff like that. And none of that is going to be available to them. So we got to be thinking of the people that are going to be living here instead of just thinking of ourselves, and we need to consider what they will and will not be able to do. Now, I'm not saying that everybody that moves in is not going to be able to cope with it, but we need to assume that there's going to be some people who move in here that aren't very experienced with driving, or are just not very skilled with driving. Their skills lie elsewhere. So we need to make sure that they can also live here comfortably, because, you know, we're charging them rent for living here. So the least we can do is make the place so that they can actually use it. So that's what we're going to attempt to do now. And So I'm going to sculpt this in a way that they can effectively use. So we're going to soften that bit there. This one will come up like that, and I'm just sort of bringing the edge softly on that one, and then it's going to go up a bit more on there. So that bit there is not going to be tarmac on the edge. I want to soften that definitely so that I can push that bit down there, I think. Possibly want to push some of that down as well. Oops. Right, now the problem with using the bit there is trying to get it to smooth out between them. Alright, so we'll try that, and then if we go into the painting bit now, we're going to want, first up, we're going to want to put some more tarmac up on the top here. I don't want that one, and let's make that a little bit bigger like that, shall we? So we've now got this area here that can be tarmac, so we'll be able to use that. Or they will be able to use that. They better drive in and out without too much trouble. And it's this bit here that I don't really like. So I'm going to have to resculpt that. I want to be able to zoom in a bit further. That's my problem, is that I always want to just be able to zoom in a little tiny bit further just to get this exactly right. So I want to bring the level up here. There we go. That's the bit that I want. I want that little triangle right there brought up. And I want to bring it up any further. I've taken it too far. That's too much. That is definitely too much. So go here and I'll poke that back down again. If I poke this down as well. Right. Problem I've got now is I've got to make a huge, great big pit. And this doesn't bring pits up. There is no function for leveling a pit. Which is frustrating in the extreme at times. So what we're going to have to do... There is the slope function, and I kind of know how to use the slope function, but I'm not very good at it, and I don't want to do it here because I think it's just going to make it worse than it already is. So I'm trying to do this manually. We'll bring that one there. If I just extend that out a little bit. And then I run the slope up here. And I only want the slope on this bit here where I'm moving that bit. Alright. I think I've got what I want here. So we'll do a quick test. We'll do a quick test. We'll drive the Kubota in and we'll see if it's smoother. It doesn't really matter all that much because no one's ever going to be driving. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.